Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. It's Big John, aka the amazing fasting fat man, aka the incredible shrinking man, and today is day 37 of my second prolonged water fast, and I feel terrific. There's a few things I'm going to address that you guys brought up in the comment section, but first, let's go to the scale and see what I weigh on my second water fast, day 37. 238.4. Okay, so I'm 238 now. The progress seems to have slowed down. You know, if you remember from the first fast, like once in a while I would get like maybe a 4 or 5 pound loss. I think one time it was even a 3 pound loss in a week's time. But typically it was like roughly around 10 pounds. So the process seems to be slowing down, because I think this is the second week where like the poundage, wasn't as great as it was prior weeks. But I don't really mind. Now I know some people are doing the calculations and they're like, okay, at this rate you're not going to make 195 by December 10th. And remember, 195 is my goal. That's something I really desire. I really want to hit. But if I don't hit it, I told you guys I'm not going to be disappointed. I shot for the moon. So if I fall short, I still end up on a cloud. Let me put that in perspective. Think about it. I'm 238 pounds. I started this at 530 pounds. This journey started at 530 pounds. So another 8 pounds, I would have lost 300 pounds in less than a year. Do you honestly think that I would be disappointed? No, not at all. So I'm going to keep trekking. And this is a learning moment for some of you guys, because I get in the comment section, sometimes, the scale don't move, or it doesn't move as much as you would like it. And that becomes a bit discouraging for some people. But the thing is, the scale moves down or stays stagnant. That's a good thing. It's when the scale goes up, that's when it's a problem. And if you cut short whatever regimen you're doing because the scale's not moving down quick enough or it's staying stagnant, then you're going to get the other result where the scale goes up. And how is that better? That is definitely not better. It's better. Honestly, it's better. Like if I stepped on the scale and it was the same weight it was the previous week, I would just have to handle it. But what I'm not going to do is like, I'm going to stop doing what I'm doing because the scale didn't move. No, it'll move later. It is impossible for you to keep doing the right thing, stick to your regimen, and you not to lose weight. It's impossible. Yeah, that it's just not going to happen. Even if for whatever reason, maybe you drank too much water or your body's retaining water, whatever reason the scale didn't move, I don't think it has as much to do with your regimen as maybe the time of day you weighed yourself, or whatever happened prior to weighing yourself. What did you eat prior to you weighing yourself? But if you're doing the right thing, stick to doing the right thing. Don't worry about it. Seriously, like the scale either stays the same, goes down, or it goes up. And out of the three, which one do you desire? Honestly, if it stays the same for like a month, 2 months, it's the same. If it goes up, how is that better? That's not better, All right. The other thing I wanted to talk about is someone had asked me to like talk about like the struggles. Here go the thing. On this fast, I don't have any struggles. It's like I'm on autopilot. The previous fast, I had struggled in the beginning, like prior to the fast, when I was doing the intermittent fasting. It was an adjustment. Remember, it was a 4-hour window, so my mind was constantly bombarding me with temptations to get off it. But I stayed true because I had my little inspiration as a motivating factor. So I stayed true to it. When I started the fast, of course there were struggles in the beginning, because it's the first time I ever done a fast. It's the first time in my life that like I went without food voluntarily. So the first week was hard, of course, but once the body switched to burning fat for fuel and I was no longer hungry, I realized that this could be done. Then it became a mental battle. The mental battle waged on, I would say, for a good 20, 25 days. Where like I constantly had to shut myself down. Oh, you fasted enough. Go ahead. You could break it and start. No. Okay, you've lost X amount of pounds. You could break it. No. I just kept telling myself no, because ultimately you control yourself. There isn't a mystical devil or angel on your shoulder telling you what to do. It's all you. You decipher, like what sets you off, what triggers your addiction, and you make sure you're never in that position. And as far as the mental battle, you just keep telling yourself no. When you say no enough times to yourself, when you keep winning those little mental battles, eventually you win the war at large, period. And I feel I've won the war at large. I slipped right back into fasting. Another thing, someone asked me about hunger pains. Yes, the first fast, I felt hunger pains. And again, I didn't feel it the first 2 days of my fasting. I felt it the third and fourth day, and it was usually around my eating window. And it went away. By the fifth day, there was no hunger, and there haven't been hunger since. Jumping into this fast, no hunger whatsoever. I just slid right into it. Like my body was just used to being in a fasted state from me doing the OMAD, from the time I refed and started keto and carnivore. So my body was just used to being in a fasted state for 22 hours a day on average. So me fasting, it was like, oh, okay, this is what we're doing. We're good. So I didn't feel hunger this second fast. There's no temptation this second fast. There's no mental struggle this second fast. Another thing I want to address is people ask, how do I deal with the boredom? Now, here go the thing. Typically you're supposed to eat, typically 3-4 times a day if you include a snack, Now, for most people, eating is probably a half-hour event. So if you took those 4 half hours, that's like 2 hours, out of a 24-hour day. What boredom are you talking about? Seriously. I mean, like, when I used to eat, I used to eat throughout the day. And even when I was eating, if I was bored, I was bored. It didn't matter if I was eating, because when I used to eat, I inhaled food. The old me. I didn't take my time to eat. I literally and the food was gone. Like it would take probably 5 minutes to down like a rack of rib, because I would just like chomp it like Pac-Man. It would just be over with. So that wasn't an activity that would stop boredom. I mean, if you're bored now, because when I was bored, I was lazy. I would just go on the computer, jump into chat rooms, Facebook, the chat rooms. But I would play video games. I used to be a big online spades player. That's about it. Or I would watch TV. But now, with the kid, the business, I don't ever really get bored. I barely have time to watch TV or play video games. Like, I would suggest if you're bored, go for a nice walk. It's beneficial. And if you can't walk, then get on the computer. Do a blog of what you're going through. Do a diary of what you're going through, what you're feeling at that moment. Just do something that occupies your time, that's productive, because whatever hunger you're going through is temporary. Hunger only lasts about 5-6 minutes, believe it or not. It seems so intense, but it really doesn't last that long. It's just like nudging you. And that 5-6 minutes feel like hours. And before you know it, you just give up. Oh my goodness, I'm going to give up. Boredom, doesn't happen because you're not eating. I mean, if you're fasting or whatever protocol you on, don't concentrate on the protocol. I mean, concentrate in terms of not straying away from it, in terms of staying true to it. But don't let the protocol be all that's in your mind. Like you're sitting there and you're looking at the time and you're like, ooh, it's almost time for me to eat. Or if you're fasting, you're sitting there like 3 more days to go, 4 more days to go. Don't do that. Just live your life. Go through the regular activities of daily living. Take care of your family. Love your kids. Play with your kids. If you don't have kids, socialize with your friends. And in socializing with your friends, I know a lot of you are going to say, well, I really can't socialize with my friends because they don't understand this fasting thing. You don't got to tell them you're fasting. Tell them you're doing an intermittent fasting. If you're overweight and they're really your friends, they're supposed to sign off on it. You tell them you're doing an intermittent fasting, and it just so happened that your eating window is not during the time that you're hanging out with them. And if they're truly your friends, they'll support that. They're not going to tell you, oh, no, go ahead, just have a bite or this, that. They're not going to do that, because if you're obviously overweight, then your friends know this, and they're supposed to support you in your attempt to get healthy. It's as simple as that. What's the other thing I wanted to discuss? The other thing I wanted to discuss was someone asked me, actually it's a couple of people who were like a bit confused as to like, if I'm fasting, then I shouldn't be going to the bathroom. There's no food coming in, so there shouldn't be nothing coming out. Now, here go the thing, right? Like, what people don't understand or don't realize is that feces is made up of 75% water and 25% solid matter. And of the solid matter, about 30% of that is dead bacteria. Another 30% consists of indigestible matter, such as cellulose, and 10 to 20% is like cholesterol and other fats. Another 10 to 20% is inorganic substance, such as calcium phosphate and iron phosphate. And I think 2-3% is protein. So being that I am fasting, you guys, the 75% water part, I'm definitely doing, right? And then you got to remember, I'm taking nutritional supplements, so those are also going. And then because of ketosis, because of the fat being broken down, because of autophagy, because of unnecessary body matters being broken down for their protein, there's still a lot of waste being produced. So I still have to go. I don't go as often. Now I'm at about once a week, thanks to the Soma 7 I'm taking to make sure, and of course, the regimen of the black coffee and the tea in the evening, the black coffee in the morning, the tea in the evening, and remember, no sugar, nothing, just plain. And I take that for the caffeine to also keep me regular. So I've been pretty regular. I have no intentions of going through that whole fecal impaction thing that I did on the first fast. This is why I'm like very diligently monitoring everything to make sure that like I stay regular, even if it is once a week, because a lot of people don't know this, but fecal impaction can lead to death. And I'm doing all this to stay alive for my son. It makes absolutely no sense to do it and then something kills me. So that's pretty much it. I think I covered most of the things that you guys asked. Again, if you have any questions, you could ask it in the comment section. The website that I wanted to do, I haven't had a chance to work on it yet because with what had happened with my wife's relative and the funeral and other thing, I got sidetracked and I fell behind on work. So I've been playing catch up, but I'm going to try my best to get it done over the weekend so that it could be up by the next broadcast. Also, if you guys like the quirky shirts I wear, not this one, this one's a Batman shirt. You could always pick it up. But I have my t-shirt store, ffmbrand.com. I'll put the link in the description box, as well as probably a running thing underneath this to show the website, so you guys can go check it out, pick up anything you like. Also in the description box is the link to the nutritional supplements that I'm taking now, and the ones I took during the first fast, as well as the Sona 7 for which is the real go now. For those of you who've been following me for a while, that'll definitely make you go. And the breath freshener for those of you who are suffering from Keto Breath. It's this all natural breath freshener without any sugar or artificial anything, and I've been taking it and it's work. I mean, my son doesn't pass out when I say hi to him anymore, so I think it's perfectly fine. But anyway, guys, please like, share, and subscribe. The drive to 195 still continues. Like I said, I'm 8 pounds away from losing 300 pounds, so I'm stoked about that. 195 will definitely be fantastic. But again, if I don't get it, I'm not going to be disappointed. But I owe it to myself to try my best to get to it, and hence the second fast. Guys, like, share, subscribe. I love you all. Take care. Keep the comments going. And I'll see you guys next week. Bye.